Jake Paul is hopefully going to get his ass whooped by Tyron Woodley. Oh, I would pay to see that.
You should see it.
If I knew he would actually get his ass whooped, like 100%, I would pay the pay-per-view on that.
Well, do you think he will get his ass kicked?
I'm always wrong on this. So
all of your predictions have been wrong.
All of them, because I just rely on like Jake Paul being a man-child, insecure little boy. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get his ass whooped when he's in the boxing ring. He's just he's a man-child, the problem man-child. He calls himself the problem child for some reason. I don't know why you would possibly ever go with that name. You know, you're just coming across and want everyone to know you're a child, and it's just, I don't know, it's a terrible name, I think. You know, it's not like a macho name where you can kind of be like, the destroyer, you know? There's no,
Jake.
Jake, the problem child. Hopefully we all get to see that, at least in the highlight reel. Because, of course, I'll watch it in the highlight reel. I'm just not going to pay him because I feel like I'm paying Jake Paul, you know, to see him get knocked out. You know, which, I would like to see, and it'd be awesome to see live and, you know, all that kind of thing. But I don't want to pay Jake Paul. I don't want Jake Paul to get money directly from me.
Who do you think will win, though?
Who do I think will win?
Yeah.
Oh. I think it's pretty close to 50-50.
You think so?
I think it's pretty close.
I think Tyron is.
You think Tyron?
I
want him to win so badly, but I can't let that get in the way. And I'm always wrong about this, so it doesn't matter what I say. I mean, what's the point, really? I'm always wrong. Jake Paul's body language always says that he's insecure, and he is. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's a terrible boxer or a worse boxer than the other guy. You know, in every boxer or every fight that Jake Paul has ever competed in, literally every single one, it was their first actual boxing match ever. It's crazy. I'll go through the list for everybody, right? Deji, okay? It was his very first. It was KSI's little brother. Deji was an amateur fight. Gibb, okay? It was his first fight, too. Nick Robinson. And then it was Ben Askren. And then now it's Tyron Woodley. Every single one has never been in a boxing match, ever. You know? And it's like, come on, guy. And I said this in a podcast, I think one of my more recent podcasts. You got to stop calling yourself a great boxer or anything like that if you only box people that never boxed before. Ever. They've never been in a boxing match. I mean, you can't call yourself that. It's just bullshit, you know? And I'm curious to see how good he is. Clearly, he's better than just like an amateur. You know, he's somewhere in between amateur and pro. But if you keep boxing dumbass, you know, not dumbasses, but, you know, just people that never boxed before, it's ridiculous. And some people like really never boxed before, pretty much everybody. Literally, now as I think about it, every one of them. The only one that is actually can call themselves a puncher, like a striker in boxing or MMA or any fight, is this current one, Tyron Woodley. That's it. And that's why everyone's like, oh, the biggest challenge Jake Paul's ever got so far. Everyone else was a freaking cakewalk. It was easy. You know? Ben Askren, his prior fight, Jake Paul's prior fight, I mean, he clearly didn't take it very seriously. You know, I thought Ben Askren was going to take it a little more seriously. But when I saw him in the weigh-in with the shirt off and it was just this, you know, dad bod, I was like, dude, man, you really did this? Oh, man. I was like, oh, this is not looking good right now. Oh, goodness. You know, and I tweeted that too, you know, to make it clear that I was like, I don't feel good about this anymore. Clearly, Ben Askren did not take it very seriously. Yeah, and Jake Paul annihilated him. I'm not really going to spend too much time thinking about it, but I do wish to see Jake Paul get his lights knocked out. That's what I want to see. I can't imagine much more joy for me than to see Jake Paul get his lights knocked out. I don't know. Like you know, I think it has to do with his douchebag personality. You know, he's always been a douchebag, and then more recently, people from his high school came out and talked about it. You know, we're like, yo, you know, Jake Paul, like he was like the shit crappy person of high school and the bully of high school. You know, Jake Paul's talking about like, oh, I'm anti-bullying.
Didn't you say like even in high school before he was like all famous and everything?
Yeah, in high school, he was a bully.
Yeah.
He was flat out just a douchebag bully.
He'd like steal stuff or something.
Actually, Logan mentioned this. I think that, Jake Paul was stealing iPhones from his classmates and selling them through a whole like gang of like, this inner, high school gang, where they would look around and try to steal kids' iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, you're one of those. It wasn't just like, oh, I sometimes make fun of stupid people and, and there you go. No, he was like a real like dumbass.